Humans are visual beings. Studies have shown that as learners, we retain 80% of what we see, 20% of what we read, and only 10% of what we hear. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use the SmartArt tool in PowerPoint to bring life to text-based information. We've all sat through training that has a presenter showing slides with a lot of text formatted in lists and bullet points. In this screencast tutorial, we will use this existing example of a PowerPoint slide to model how the SmartArt tool can make this slide more visually appealing and help the learner retain more of this information. To use SmartArt, select the text box of the bulleted list and find the SmartArt tool in the toolbar where it says Convert to SmartArt. This will provide a quick overview of some of the graphic elements you can choose to use with this list. If you know which layout you would prefer, you can select it directly from this menu. But let's see what other options are available. Select More SmartArt Graphics. This menu provides a lot more information for you to choose the best graphic to represent your material. Select the category based on the type of information you have. While our information is a process, it is a cyclical process, so we will choose the cycle option to look for graphics that can best convey this information. You can dig deeper into each graphic by selecting the different options here. You will see the graphic appear in this box on the right with a brief description of what type of information this graphic can convey, giving you more detailed information to help you select the best graphic for your presentation. Let's use the basic cycle graphic for this slide. You can change the color of the graphic by selecting the Change Colors tool from the toolbar. There are a variety of options to select from. Let's just select a colorful one that matches our theme. You are not limited to the preset appearance provided to you. You can change the way the shapes of the graphic appear by using the Format Shape area on the right of the slide. The Format Shape feature allows you to change the fill, create effects, and resize or reposition the images and text boxes within the graphic. Let's add some flair to this graphic by adding a shadow to each circle. Select the Effects option, then select the size of the shadow. I'm going to make it 100 and adjust the transparency back to 0. This has given our circle a little bit of depth by creating a shadow and helped the circle stand out more by giving it an outline. Go ahead and repeat the process with each additional circle. I now have the first list in a more visually appealing format, but the other list is still a lot of text that isn't very engaging. Let's repeat the steps we used on the left side to make some changes to the right side. Select the text box and then select the SmartArt Graphics tool again. I will choose the option to see more as well. This time, let's select the list option. I'd like my design on the right to complement what I have on the left. So I'm going to come down to the curved list option. This has circles that will match up nicely with the circles in my left graphic. We are again going to want to change the colors to match the graphic on the left. So select the Change Colors tool and choose the same colors you selected for the first graphic. Notice how each color of this list matches the color of the step in the cycle graphic. This will help the learner's brain match the step with the description. You can also adjust the appearance of this graphic the same way you did for the cycle graphic. Let's fill in each circle to match the corresponding rectangle. Because I want the circle to match exactly, I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. Select the drop-down menu from the color palette, and then select the eyedropper tool. Move the eyedropper to the color you want it to change to, in this case, the corresponding rectangle. The circle now matches the rectangle exactly. Repeat this process for each of the remaining descriptions in this list. Now let's format the circles with some shadow like we did for the circles in the left graphic. Select the Effects icon, then adjust the shadow size setting to 100 and the transparency to 0. Repeat this for each remaining circle. We want to finish this off by showing the learner that this is a process with steps, So let's label each of the descriptions. To do this, select Insert from the toolbar menu, and then select Text Box. Place the cursor where you want the text box to appear and drag it to create a square. Then type the letter A in the text box. Highlight the letter and resize it to the size you want. Let's make it a 40-point font, and also change the color to white to match the text that's in the rectangle. Now copy the text box by right-clicking and selecting Copy, then Paste. Drag it to the next circle. Repeat this for the remaining circles. Change the letters to spell out the acronym ADDIE. Finally, position the text boxes so they are centered within each circle. This presentation now has much more visual representation of information. Remember, the human brain's ability to process and retain visual information plays a critical role in our ability to learn and communicate. By presenting information in a visual form, we are able to make it more accessible and engaging for our audience, allowing them to better understand and retain the information being presented.